I think it's very important that CEOs embrace the analytics that they have for a couple reasons. The first reason would be that it's all about how they can connect up the data to grow. The analytics is important to that because you have the data, but you need to figure out what are you going to do to be able to connect it and make it powerful and build these strategies. So the important part is putting the data together, helping to connect it, build the strategies from what you see from those insights, and then obviously the end point here is now to go back, grow, and keep measuring on those analytics. So it's almost as if it's a full fluid pathway. CEOs and management team really need to use the analytics to move KPIs. That overarching, what is it that I need to do? What is it that my business plan is telling me to do? I need to move those KPIs. How can these analytics do that? They've got to be exactly tied up, and most importantly, the best way that they can move KPIs is to get the member engaged. To get the member engaged, they've really got to understand what the member process is. And not just an engagement process of, I select a product, I move on, and here we go. It's a much wider experience. The analytics can tell us about the member itself, who they are, what they are, in ways that we probably don't even think about right now because we're not connecting it up. It can help walk through what are the problems of the member, what does the financial institution and the credit union offer that member, is the member aware that they have a solution, and then it kind of brings them all the way through to the engagement of the process, the retention aspects of the process. Once a member selects for, say, an auto loan, it's not just the loan payment that happens, it's the ownership that continues on with that. And how does that engagement look from the eyes of both the member as well as the credit union? And then of course the advocacy. Because the important part here that we kind of forget when we're looking at it is that the member has to be excited and love and have to have moments where they say, I have been so happy to be part of this because the credit union gave me things I didn't know I needed, and I love that, and there's trust. And that opportunity has to go way back in. And I think we kind of forget to look at the advocacy components, and when you put the data all together and look at it in a process, a member engagement process like that, now you've got a lot of power, and now you can move KPIs. So here's an example of a company that does a really good job of taking its data and making it and engaging their users. And that example would be a fitness application. If you looked at a product like Under Armour and you think, okay, they tell t-shirts, what's so big about that? They have a beautiful app that very sneakily they're getting the user, which of course is their end customer, to give a lot of information about not what only they use, but what the competitor uses, if it's an Under Armour product. And at the end of the day, it looks something like this. I'm running along, I've given them all this information about what I use this app for. My age, my zip, when I run, how much I run, what my goals are that I'm trying to achieve with this app. At the end of the day, 6 months later, I get a free pair of socks at my front door. I'm thinking, socks? Why would I want these socks? They're Under Armour socks. I don't even know if I know that Under Armour makes socks. I put these socks on, and I've been told in my note that I got when I opened the box that says, hey, these socks came to you because you run so much, and this is the point when you need new socks. So we're giving these to you, try them out. We've made them specifically for you and the runner. And I think, this can't possibly be. I put these socks on, and it's absolutely right. These socks are great. They're fantastic. They also gave me a coupon to buy more product, get free shipping, to engage me. Let's look at that process for just a second. Free socks, didn't know when I needed them, and they delivered it to me. That is member engagement, that's user engagement, and now I'm walking into what that product is, and I'm going to explore that. I have trust because they're following me. I've given that authority to let them give me that information, and I'm loving it. Now, how do we do that in the credit union space? I definitely think we can connect that up with the data we have. Credit unions have more data than somebody like an Under Armour. So they can take this, they can connect it, and they can look at it in new ways to identify ways to give members what they need before they even know they need it. They already have the trust. Let's now deliver some product that's phenomenal.